Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season number 3 playoffs here. We've got Navi US versus Shadows of the Past here in the semifinals. Thank you so much for joining us again. My name is Mott. Joining me tonight is not only LDJ, our resident statsman, but we also have Gerg. What is hip? How you doing, man?
Reserve time.
I'm doing good. I got a little bit of a stuffy nose, but I'm battling through it. It's a hard life in allergy land here in Boston, and just trying to make it through it.
I'm sure we're all feeling for you right now.
It's a struggle, dude.
It really does sound like it, but we're gonna have to we're gonna have to power through this best of 3 series, and on obviously to our Dota 2 Canada Cup semifinals. Navi US versus Shadows of the Past. Navi US had a bit of a close call against Not Today. That was yesterday, in fact. So we moved right from the quarters straight into the semifinals again. Single elimination best of 3 series. I think it's best of 3 all the way until the grand finals, which might be best of 5, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. All right, good. Nice, thank you. I'm glad that you're here to update me with all of, the fallacies and shortcomings that I have as a caster, but you're right by my side as always.
In general.
Yeah, that's it as well. I mean,
it's okay.
Radiant.
Well, you really just had to throw that in there. Huh?
I mean, I just, the opportunity presented itself. Not want to pass up on that sort of thing. And, well, 6.82 Mott. Earlier today I tweeted what's the over-under on, a change. I think it was it was like an hour ago or something. 3 hours ago. And, well, just before this game started up, there was a small patch, and it reduced something.
What did it reduce?
I'm not really sure.
All right.
Something about gold.
You are on the ball right now, my friend.
Yeah. I'm here for the solid knowledge all day. Really, all these numbers to me all kind of look the same.
Here, I got you.
Something about the bounties is slightly reduced. So
it's the AoE gold bonus net worth factor for 1 hero kill has been reduced from 0.5 to 0.38. So that is in the AoE radius. So people that are maybe not involved.
So that's the extra money when you don't even do anything.
Yeah, exactly. When you're just there to soak up all the gold.
Seem like enough.
I mean, it's 0.2. Actually, it's like 0.12. So, but still, it might be. All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna try to defend it at this point.
There's some angry tweets coming out on EG's side after that last series where Sna, they did win, but a lot of people are already not very happy with this patch and. Well,
I think some of them.
I have to say, I'm very happy with the patch, except for the little bounty.
That's what I've heard everyone say, but I feel like that's such a big part of it that either you're happy with the patch or you're not. Honestly, I've enjoyed the patch. I just really don't enjoy the 70-minute plus games I've been involved in, which usually involve me losing, especially as a support, because it feels like you're so helpless to do anything. Even if you have the most amazing early game, you're just like, I'm a hugely farm support, hooray! But then you get into like this 50-minute long game, and you got a Spectre, and you got a Nagasaran on the other team, and you're just like, well, I don't know what we do here.
I'm gonna play Spectre every single game until this patch changes.
You're just.
It's gonna be so good, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were a terribly picker, so I guess there is that. But we'll talk about the draft a bit as we do get underway here. First and foremost, Navi US pick up the Scarith Mage and Ember Spirit. We haven't seen a whole lot of Ember coming up from Navi US. I imagine this is a snaking hero, but I've thought that about many heroes coming up for Navi US. You could probably see Korok on it as well. I don't know. I mean, this is a fine pickup. And then they have their obviously tried and true Scarith Mage for Fog, who is a big fan of this hero. He went beyond godlike last night on this hero. I believe it was last night.
He was like 12-1 or something, or 14-2.
He had like 20 kills, didn't he, or something like that?
I don't know. It was ridiculous. Yeah, at the end, he went off. And, well... Tonight we should probably little difference in the lineups here. Navi US, they have a stand-in as well as Way2, who is technically a stand-in, but has been playing with them quite consistently over the last couple of week or two, I guess.
Yeah, I imagine he'll be a permanent member of this squad.
I think he'll probably be a permanent member as well. And then other side, Shadows of the Past. Well, this team sort of barely resembles Shadows of the Past for the beginning of the season. Tralf is drafting. Johnny Walker. We've got Nayrock. MJW, Infinity, who have both just been getting around lately.
Yeah, they really
They are just getting around everywhere. All-star stand-ins. And, oh god, I always forget who the bar person is.
I think it's Hailua, but...
I think it's Hailua as well. But...
I don't even know, honestly, if that's correct or not. And I'm just going to assume that's right, but, I mean, with the name like that, we're just probably going to call him by the hero name. No offense, obviously. But yeah, these are two stand-ins. MJW and Infinity actually played with Navi US last night, so we'll have to see how they play. I mean, this is a very talented roster. We've seen MJW and Infinity both go off in those games against Not Today. And then obviously you talk about Tralf, who many people think is really up there in terms of current skill in the metagame, and his drafting obviously is top tier. I mean, I've heard PPD use some of Tralf's drafts as well, so I mean, there's that understanding that Tralf knows what's going on in this game right now. He's not just some caster. He's a goddamn player, to say the least. So
yeah, I mean, he wrote that big sport guide, and now people are all about the Tralf life.
Yes,
and he has been playing well in IXDL though, so we'll find out. But Skywrath Mage and Ember for Navi US, and you mentioned the Skywrath Mage. Just that hero, if he goes unchecked, does some absolutely ridiculous things. And looking forward to seeing what can happen with Skywrath Mage, with Fogged. I suspect he might have a bit harder time, but we'll find out, I guess. Centaur, Trian, and Venomancer. Venomancer, man. What a hero.
Yeah, this, that's how I feel about Venomancer right now.
Oh, God. But LC banned out in the first round. Terrorblade still in the pool here. You know, Terrorblade, I think he's potentially powerful, you know. He puts out a lot of damage. It's hard to ignore a hero that puts out that much damage. The problem, of course, is he is pretty bad in the laning stage without some good supports, you know, helping him out. So
I was surprised. I was surprised last night how squishy he was.
He has literally no HP.
You told me that, and I just looked at it and I'm like, wow, that's actually absurd.
He has actually no HP. Like, stuns are very good against him in the early game because he just has, like, you stun him like once or twice and he's just absolutely dead.
Literally just a gust of wind will kill him. Shadows of the Past, this is the second time I've seen this. They pick up the Spirit Breaker, the Space Cow, now available, so he received a bit of a buff in that the last patch coming out here, 6.82 obviously. And, we've seen him put to good use, and he's a strong hero early on in the game. How he scales into the later game is the real question, and how they play him also is rather interesting, but get around the map, try to participate in ganks, and get some gold early on for your cores, and see how things go here with this Spirit Breaker. So
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you know, I have no final opinion on the Space Cow.
Remaining.
Sometimes I feel like he's extremely effective. He's really good against like squishy supports. Skywrath Mage is pretty good against him. Can deal with the charges, the ultimate pretty well. And I don't know. I mean, we'll have to find out. A couple people have been picking this hero in the last couple days. I'm not really sure how he fits into team dynamics. Have you watched any of the games where he's been picked?
I watched the beginning of the game with when EG picked him with Psy playing him, and
so how do they lane him?
I don't know. I actually was in the middle of the game, so he was kind of just charging all over the place. I unfortunately did not catch that beginning of that game. Well, I meant I watched some of the game.
Lie to me?
I didn't lie to you. I just
right to my face.
All right, whatever. Listen. All I know is that the charge is now a 12-second cooldown. It still costs 100 mana, which is kind of the issue, I think, for the Spirit Breaker, but you just go home, you keep coming back in, you just charge everywhere, you cancel the charge, you're fine. It's pretty, short cooldown anyways. And the Elder Titan coming up for Navi US, and this is something that I think you feel very strongly about.
Oh, God.
Why don't you...
The Stapler is back. I think he's reloaded with some heavy-duty, long-length staples, and he's ready to just rail people. I don't know. The new Elder Titan buff seemed A, unwarranted, and B, completely ridiculous.
Yeah, that seems...
Natural Order and Spirit are both just incredibly good again. And especially 40% base armor reduction at level 1 for Natural Order.
That seems absurd.
That seems absolutely ridiculous. And Elder Titan also got an Ags upgrade, but as sort of is the case for most of these Ags upgrades, they're hardly relevant most of the time. There's better items, and for Elder Titan, I don't know if we're going to be seeing it. It has like a disarm now or something.
Yeah, it
seems mediocre compared to the other items he could probably buy.
Yeah, I agrui with that. I feel like a disarm you can never really rule out the possibility of getting that item, but there are other items to purchase for Elder Titan, like you mentioned. And on top of that, I mean, when you get into lane and you have a 40% armor or 40% armor reduction at your level 1 natural order, you can just run up to people, especially heroes that have absolutely no armor to begin with, like say a Doom, and just run at them, right click them, and they have a pretty, substantial health loss coming their way. So it's something you have to be very, very worried about. Elder Titan continues to be played in the offlane, and I imagine that's where they're going to play him here, considering the heroes that are already picked up for Navi US. But he's still very solid. It's just about getting the levels, and on top of that, he's pretty tanky. He's a strength hero on top of it, so I feel like this is an okay decision here for Navi US. Shadows of the Past, they ban out the Juggernaut. Other side, Spectre's ban out as well. That hero is seeing a little bit of play, and we're starting to see some of these heroes get picked a bit more, and I'm excited to see more Spectre. I'm excited to see more Elder Titan. Certainly more Spirit Breaker. That guy's, he's fun as hell to watch. And then Shadows of the Past pick up the Queen of the Pain with their last pick here. Now you gotta wonder how they're gonna lane this.
Well, Shadows of the Past, it looks like they've decided to sort of ignore people's thoughts about this new patch. I mean, this is a very early game oriented team. They have Queen of Pain, they have Venomancer. Spirit Breaker, I think, definitely falls off in the late game unless he gets absurdly fed. And, well, Navi US, a little bit more well-rounded lineup with the Ember Spirit. They can go late. Elder Titan will be able to put out a lot of physical damage late. And Skywrath Mage and Sand King, both with good starts, can do quite well in that late game as well. So we'll see how they do clean it all up here. And they were not expecting, you know, an early game-oriented Queen of Pain like that. They thought that Shadows of the Past were going to be sort of rounding out their lineup here. That's why they ban out the Spectre, and instead they get a Quap. So we'll find out. I don't know how I feel about the Shadows of the Past draft. I mean, if they don't crush the laning phase, then they just kind of insta lose. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get some BKBs going your way on Navi US, and you're gonna get team fought as well. And they do have a Nature's Prophet, or rather a Treant Protector, excuse me, who could just living armor up some towers, living armor up your heroes, keep you alive for the most part. You've got some mobility with Queen of Pain, Spirit Breaker, which is kind of that global strategy that we've seen a bit already, where heroes will pick a Spirit Breaker and like a Spectre. Obviously, Navi US is like, we don't want to have to deal with that. We're just gonna, you know, it's okay that they have the Queen of Pain pick up here, but no Spectre is better for us. 10 seconds now on reserve time. They're probably looking for a mid, although Ember Spirit mid, maybe a safe lane hero as well for Navi US. It really depends on what they want to pick up, and it's gonna be a puck here, so now you're probably looking at a puck mid, and sneaking Ember Spirit. Wow, that's a Korok puck coming out as well. Very interesting.
I'm not too surprised to see the puck here. He did get those new Aghanims buffs, and honestly, that item does seem really good now. There's a lot of arguments to be made when you would actually get it in your build order. A lot of people are of the opinion that Hex, you know, needs to be purchased earlier. You can't really pass up on Hex. But with that new Ags going through the BKB, I mean, a couple heroes here are most likely going to have to get BKBs at some point to not just get railed by the Sand King. I'm sort of thinking about the Queen of Pain and, of course, the Spirit Breaker. So Ags puck could be pretty decent against that. So we'll find out.
I'm not sure they'll build into it, but at the same time here, they can do a lot of stuff with this Navi US lineup. And I think the most important thing is just making sure that this jungle stays safe for the Sand King for way 2 to get his Blink Dagger early. He actually goes for boots first, no surprise there. The bottom lane, it's going to be an off-lane Elder Titan, so we'll see how he does here. It's a dual lane currently. It looks like maybe a 2-1-2, at least for the time being. They have actually the Spirit Breakers starting up at the top lane and MJW roaming here as well. So for your Shadows of the Past lineup, speaking of them, it's going to be your Sentinel Warner being played by MJW, who's been really just all over the place in terms of standing in for some of these teams, including Navi US. In the top lane, Johnny Walker, also known as Trouf, one of the most famous, I think, North American players out there right now, coming from Han. Mid lane, we'll see Infinity playing the Queen of Pain. Frankie, as he's called, his real name. Meanwhile, MJW getting caught out. Burrow Strike from Waitsu. Do they have enough damage here? No skills coming out from Fog. He's just trying to right-click him down. Charge now. That'll be on Waitsu as well. They've got to be careful. No Burrow Strike coming in. He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to get charged and go down to first blood. MJW baits it in beautifully. And Navi US getting way too aggressive. They do not realize that that charge is going to come in. And that's huge. First blood already going the way of MJW in that top lane. Before we continue on, Nayrok will be on the Treant Protector in that bottom lane, and it's going to be High Lua or the Bars playing the Venomancer.
On the other side of things, we've got Shadows of the... that's a lie. We've got Navi US, Nestle, or I think, is this actually Toronto on Elder Titan?
I'm not sure.
All right, well, now we'll call him Nestle on the Elder Titan. Korok going to be in the mid lane on the puck. Up top, way too sexy, going to be on the Sand King. Fogged again on his trademark Skywrath Mage. And, you know, I talked to him last night after the game was over, and he said, I don't know why anyone lets me pick Skywrath Mage. It's the only hero that I play. So he feels very comfortable in that one. And then rounding it out, Snaking, he's going to be on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be an interesting top lane. However, MJW has a really good Observer Ward here that they didn't counter. He got there pretty quick just to ward and make sure that he stays safe. And Trouf is going to be playing what seems to be a support Spirit Breaker, although getting involved in First Blood helps him out a bit. In the mid lane, this is the tried and true matchup. This is what you wanted to see more of, and we've got it. We've got the Puck versus the Quap matchup, and no Shadow Strike just yet for Infinity. He has that second skill point yet to be used. Korok has his phase and obviously his Illusory Orb. Now that was a whiff.
Shadow Strike is pretty terrible at early levels in this matchup, just because phase shift is the thing. Really easy to not get hit by the Shadow Strike. In the later levels, it's often worth it to get a value point because sometimes they have to phase shift it if they're trying to keep their blink off cooldown or they don't want to take the DOT, and then you can easily hit them with the Scream. So this is one of my favorite matchups to play, and usually high action here. Both heroes like being very aggressive in lanes.
Which hero do you prefer in the matchup?
It kind of depends, but this is a matchup that a lot of it comes down to player skill.
Yes.
Partly because Puck has a pretty shit attack animation, especially compared to Quap, but looks like Korok's getting the better of this lane thus far. Yeah, it looks pretty even, but I think Korok is doing a bit better. Salve actually is even coming out for Infinity, so Korok is just crushing this matchup actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So Korok's doing well. He's going to get his bottle, but he won't be able to get the Invis rune. He won't benefit off that. However, Way2 will. There's no ward there, so they don't see him roaming through towards that mid lane. Top lane, Fall comes in, just says hello to MJW, backs off, and continues onwards with whatever else he's doing, which is just kind of harassing. Now, still level 1 concussive shot, no arcane bolt, interestingly enough, but mid lane, Way2 still looking for a Burrow Strike or maybe even a Courier kill. He's waiting for that bottle to come out, although Infinity's not getting it anytime soon. He's only got 545 gold. Phase shift. Waiting Rift is going to go, but Korok should go down here. The right click will be enough, and Way2 way late to the party. Nicely done for Infinity to punish Korok, who was just out of health, regen, anything.
Oh yeah, he also misplayed that a little bit. He phased when he came in instead of just Wing, so he couldn't get the Scream off. Probably would have lived through that otherwise. The bottle was coming out right then as well, and both players already taking some extra damage or buying some extra items from this new, even more expensive bottle. Infinity had to get that salve. Korok actually ends up dying, but I think you can chalk that one up to a little misplay or a little rust on the hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he could have lived through that.
Yeah, maybe just a hero doesn't play too often. Falling to the top lane. It's level 2 double edge for MJW if he wants to try to get this kill, but decides against it. Snaking's like, I'm here with Searing Chains, but it's only level 1. He has level 2 Flame Guard, however. Mid lane Infinity, it's really tough to bring him down, especially with that blink. And obviously, Way2 has Burrow Strike. It's level 1, so not that great. Nestle's rotating through as well.
Way2 needs to get out of this lane.
Yeah, he's just sitting here.
Being here. Yeah, he's actually just making this way harder for the Puck. Puck needs to just get levels now. Infinity does have a solid level there with that solo kill. But again, he moves forward. There's a good blink. There's the silence as well. He's going to try to turn this around on Infinity, but the armor is so annoying. He's going to get finally hit by the Shadow Strike.
Oh, the bottle charge. Oh my, that Elder Titan came through. Nestle was looking for the kill. Level 2 Astral Spirit coming in, not nearly enough damage. Nayrok, however, does pick up the bounty run as well, so Nestle travels to mid for nothing. And actually the regen taken by Infinity, but he gets Burrow Struck, one more right click, and Way2 gets a solo kill on a Queen of Pain. That is too much aggression, Frankie. There's no reason for you to be there. Oh no.
Yeah, and this, I mean, I think there's a lot of negative things about this patch that you could argue, but this new rune has put a lot more emphasis on roaming supports, a little bit more mobile mid laners, and this is the result. Already a bunch of kills in this mid lane.
No, top lane, Tralf now getting caught out here. You see Snaking, no Searing Chains coming through, however. He does get right-clicked down by MJW, backs off for a moment. And Snaking actually has a bottle as well, so sometimes you see mana issues, especially with a safe lane Ember Spirit, but in this situation, he's just going to try to bottle, maybe even Crow, or, I don't think Crow, but try to get some root control, but...
Yeah, I mean, he can even pass it off to the support. Support can go fill it up.
Yep.
Use Bounty Rune or whatever rune it is. But Trowel's coming in.
He's going to Searing Chains a bit too late. Actually, does stop MJW from stomping him. Yeah, that's super helpful. Snaking does get away from a gank there. But Charge of the Darkness again. 12-second cooldown. However, no mana for Trowel to use it in this situation. And this gives a bit more room in the bottom lane for the Elder Titan, which is honestly the biggest, I think, thing for this hero is to get levels. I mean, you could get your max natural order and... obviously, your max Astral, but I think you need a bit more than that.
I mean, you're really looking for getting those level, skills 2 and 3, Astral Spirit, Natural Order, up to 4 and 4. Against some teams, the value point in Stomp makes a lot of sense. It sort of just depends if you would need that extra stun, but I think they have enough CC where that's not really something that they do need. So I think he's just going to be looking to get level 8 as fast as possible, and then he's going to be able to just chop down heroes.
Oh, God, no, Snaking. He was so brave, it almost got the kill. Meanwhile, Stampede used. I'm not sure, he's just trying to get out. Concussive Shot's going to go. How far will Wei-Tsu die for this? He's gonna get domed.
What is he doing?
No, Wei-Tsu, just back up. You're getting charged now. He does Sandstorm, but he's still getting charged currently. I don't know if Trough is gonna stop this. I imagine he would. TP coming back in from Snaking. They might just go on this. MJW's gonna roam back in. He has his strike was up, although no stomp mana. They will cancel the charge, and Snaking was there to help out. Concussive shot going through again, but that'll be the end of the engagement. Meanwhile, TPing towards that bottom lane, it looks like Korok with an Invis rune. He wants to fight here. And early on, with the amount of damage you have coming out from Natural Order, this could be huge. We'll see what they can get done with this Invis rune, if they can get a Dream Coil off into a Waiting Rift. We'll see what they can get done, but it looks like Nestle's having enough time, hard enough time just pushing out this lane in the bottom lane, so.
Yeah, and it looks like they know this is happening. Mid is pretty noticeably missing with the creeps coming in the tower. Korok not there to push the max. So now they need to be careful, because if they get caught by a coil and there's an Elder Titan there, they are definitely both going to die. There's a lot of physical damage not to be underestimated there. And then, of course, with the burst from the puck as well. But Korok may be looking for the backstab on the mid lane.
Yeah, there are two heroes here, however, and his Invis is about to run out. In fact, it's going to go down. He's going to right-click Johnny Walker. He can just always jaunt away. Infinity can try to fight him. Phase shift, not going to go. Korok, he's going to phase now that last tower hit, but still playing pretty aggressively. And this is something we don't see Korok on too much, is these tempo controller mid heroes. The charge is going to go into the bottom lane. They're going to maybe try to find a kill hero on Nestle, or Toronto, as he's possibly called. He's going to back up. He, I think, sees him coming through. He might get dove here. Nestle in some trouble. Charge is going to hit. He's going to get stunned as well. There is some bash levels, but not enough to hit. And the TP rotation coming in. Now there's going to be a Stampede as well. Concussive shot. They want to get the Venomancer out of here, and they might do just that.
Point stomp.
No.
He's not going to go for it.
No. Decides against it. 1-2-2. Okay. And they keep him alive. He also has the Soul Ring, which is huge as well. Once you get that Soul Ring, you can just sit here and spam out your W, your Astral, and you should be okay. All the while, Snaking is getting almost free farm in this top lane. He's been ganked once, yes, but he's doing okay. And another charge is going to come in from Trout, but...
Oh, they're going to kill MJW in the top lane. He just got Burrow Strike. There is a Chains as well, and he is just stuck here. Double Edge is on the way out. Trout is charging, but he maybe actually could go for this. No more charges in the bottle. There is a Remnant, though, so I don't think he gets this kill. He doesn't have ultis.
He just cancels it, yeah, and then... The Flame Guard's actually too much. I'm surprised Trout's doing okay in levels despite being all over the map, but he's really not having that effect that you might want to see out of a Spirit Breaker. He's not really getting involved in kills at all. He has one assist, and that was from the beginning of the game. All the while, down bottom, well, hold that thought. The charge coming in. Snaking does throw it on the Searing Chains, and Trout cannot connect on the charge again. But all the while, the Tier 1 tower does get denied bottom by the Elder Titan, who is heading back home.
That's pretty brutal interaction. Just trying to charge in there on the Ember, and you're basically never going to get him, especially if he's solo.
Yeah.
But Wall of Wards coming up here for the Venomancer, and he's going to be going for the quick mechanism. And he's farming quite well, actually. 52 last hits at 9 minutes, topping the CS charts, net worth as well. So things going well for the safe lane. Venomancer drums the choice for Snaking. So he's getting a little beefy, wants to be able to go toe-to-toe with the Centaur.
Oh, man. MGW just double edges into a wall. That was... That only hurt yourself there, my friend.
Ideal.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Fog did smoke through a concussive shot, and the Ancient Seal coming out as well. There's the Stampede. The Elder Titan throws down the Astral, but can he run away from it? Another Arcane Bolt. Living Armor, though, going to come to the rescue. Another Arcane flying through. They cannot get the Astral there in time, and the Venomancer will survive. Meanwhile, top lane, Sandstorm coming in. MJW should be okay, but there's the Searing Chains coming in. The charge as well. Sleight of Fist is available. They have the Flame Guard coming out as well. They should be able to get this kill. MJW will survive, though. Nera comes in. Now the Leech Seed Trout coming in with the charge. Sonic Wave does hit. Snaking about to fall, and will. Good turnaround coming out from Shadows of the Past to get that kill. Meanwhile, Dream Coil, that'll be on to 2, but what can Korok do here? He's rather alone. You look at Wei-Tsu, he has no mana. He is going to bottle up right now. He can burrow in if necessary. Johnny Walker still charging. Wei-Tsu going to get pushed back a bit, but they're not going to go any further than this. Wei-Tsu's looking for potential burrow strike now. He's trying to get on 2. Only gets on the 1. Now the Sandstorm coming out the Astral as well. Look at that damage. Illusion jaunt through, body block from Korok. Beautifully done. But Big Gale coming in. Nestle, the poison of a Korok in trouble. There's the Living Armor coming through as well. Korok about to fall, and he will. Shadows of the Past blowing by Navi US with the buyback. Huge buyback from Nayrok to get that Living Armor off to save his team. Well played coming out from Shadows of the Past there. Beautifully done.
Yeah, that was a really awkward fight for Navi US. They just need some time to get farm on the Ember Spirit. They need to get level 6 on Fog. They also need to get level... well, he is level 6, but need to get Ultimate online for the Sand King as well as that Blink Dagger. And I think these fights will look a lot better for them. Snake King, I think he got a little unlucky there. He did place a Remnant back near the Tier 1, before that fight started, but I think that went on so long that eventually it just disappeared. So he wasn't able to use that to escape, get stuck in the front, brought down, and pretty unfortunate for Navi US, but they just lose one tower from it, which with this new patch is not as big of a deal. But now we'll find out. I mean, Way 2 almost has Blink Dagger up in the top lane. And I think things will get better from there unless he gets killed right now.
I think he might get ganked. He thinks they're backing. I mean, this is a really, I think, just smart play, but Way 2 should see this coming. The charge is going to come through. He's got a Sandstorm, Venomous Scale as well. Scream of Pain, the Stomp on top of it all. Easy kill going the way of Shadows of the Past. But at the same time, we talk about the bounties coming through and just the comeback mechanic, I guess, for Navi US. And they have this late game almost secured with an Ember Spirit.
Bottom lane, though. MJW, he actually gets coiled here. There's even an ultimate coming in.
Wow, that actually hit too. Yeah, that Earth Splitter does connect. Nayrok now trying to fight here again. There's going to be a TP rotation, though, coming in, so they get one kill. Nayrok now chasing down.
They used all their CDs. They have to leave.
Yeah, that was
Illusion
Orb.
Mystic Flare, basically.
Yeah, Nestle is going to TP out safely. Illusion Orb, Mystic Flare, not going to connect there. Big overgrowth coming through, but meanwhile, Jaunt's away. Korok still just trying to get out. He's going to TP through the ward. He jukes them all. Korok makes it away safely.
Well played there by Korok. Showing off his, you know, that's sort of the Korok we know and love. He goes pretty ham and uses the orbs to go over the fight, and then a good phase shift as well to possibly avoid the scream that was coming. It was a bit out of range anyway, but he played that one nice and safe, TPs away in the end. But you saw they couldn't really do too much there just because they had, you know, no cooldowns, so they couldn't really do much.
It feels like Shadows of the Past are starting to move together as a team, whereas you look at Navi US, they're just trying to make space for Snake King and make sure that he can farm effectively. He does finally get his phase. He's got his drum as well. No poor main shield, however, so they're starting to get him some farm. Obviously, that Battle Fury is really what you're looking for. Korok still no Blink Dagger, in fact, nowhere near it either. He's very far away. He went for the phase first. He already picked up the Null Talisman early on. He got a wand as well, so a lot of money being built, but not towards that Blink. Speaking of Blink, Way 2 pretty much has it with this Centaur Conqueror going down. He went for boots first, so he's not gotten an item since that Blink Dagger, which is going to come out at about 13 minutes and 40 seconds, assuming everything goes well, maybe even less than that. So right now, as it stands for Navi US, they're keeping up here. They're not really too far behind at this point. But
yeah, I mean, Korok roamed a lot after he died in that mid lane, so his CS is fairly behind, especially when you compare it to the Quap. He's down 16 CS, and well, he also went for phase boost. This is kind of an interesting decision. A little more of the fragile build, a little more DPS. Not too surprised since we know it's Korok. He likes these aggressive builds, and phase boots is definitely one of the more aggressive treads. Sometimes can give you the extra mana you need to escape, or obviously the HP as well. So phase is much more aggressive, but with the amount of setups they have in fights, I think it might be a good choice.
I feel like right now, if Navi US could get towards maybe some better items, including some BKBs, even though I'm not sure how many of them are going to build that item, the Venomancer's going to start waiting in terms of the mid to late game here. But they're all roaming down to this bottom lane, and they need to get this tier 1 tower to be kind of having this effective trade. Otherwise, this tier 2 is just going to fall top. Although already the Elder Titan does TP up, and he's trying to stop this pressure coming in. Mech does go immediately, though, coming out from Hyrule, just making sure they stay alive. Down bottom, they're still looking for potential Rap Gang. Tralfa's got to charge out of here. He realizes something's going on. He's going to charge mid. They're going to try to connect here on Korok, and Korok has absolutely no idea this is coming. He'll see the charge coming through with this Observer Ward, but it's actually about to go away in 15 seconds. He's still okay. He's going to try to jaunt out. Phase jaunt. Well played, Korok, getting out of a bad situation, just using all of that vision to his usefulness.
Yeah, good reaction there by Korok, and he's showing, you know, he does have some experience on this hero, and just pulling off all the maneuvers correctly, able to dodge that gank pretty well. And this is sort of what Puck's known for, you know? He just phase shifts, very hard to actually get a hold of, and Korok proving that. Smoke in the jungle, though, looks like they want to rotate towards bottom. It looks like they are going to be far too late, though. Navi US is evacuating. They seem to know something's going on right now. They're all off the map, so please. This could be bad. Way 2 is here with the Blink Dagger. No Epicenter yet, though. He did max out the Burrow Strike as well as Sandstorm, so he really wanted to farm, but he's still not level 9 yet. However, not too hard to get there. Korok was looking for a potential kill in this mid lane, but can't find anybody. Not yet, anyway.
1,200 gold. He could try to find out MJW. Illusion Orb is going to come through. He's going to jaunt up as well. There's going to be the silence coming through. Can he use the Dream Coil? Absolutely. And now MJW is going to stampede. Phase shift. Stop. Korok avoids it. Well played. He gets the kill on top of that. Overgrowth is going to go. Mystic Flare not on the mark. Sonic Wave. Korok gets blown up. And Johnny Walker coming in trial. Now there's going to be another blast. He gets the kill. Double kill now going out. The TP Pink Panda way too trying to get out of here as well and will make it out alive. So in the end, a couple of cooldowns used. However, Navi US, I think, coming out on the better, as you can see by this new team fight recap. Boom.
One thing I do want to point out here with the Sand King going for this build, I mean, his epi is going to be real bad at level 9 since the mech is already done for the Venomancer. So interested to see how that one develops for him, but definitely more farm-oriented build. And Snake King in the top lane, going to try to kill Hylua.
Ooh.
Ulti just barely misses. I think they're still going to catch him eventually, but MJW is coming in. There is chains now. No Sleight of Fist, though. There's the chains. Nestle is trying to get something done here, but MJW is just going to force him off.
And Snake King is actually out of mana as well. He pops the drum charge. He's getting pretty slowed here by the poison stick from the Plague Wards, but he's okay. He's going to back out of it. He's going to survive. He's at 1,300 gold as well, and he really doesn't want to go down in this situation. But MJW is pushing top. He's actually very close to his own Blink Dagger, which has been a long time coming. He's played rather well in this game, so him getting an early Blink is no big surprise. And Shadows of the Past taking it to Navi US right now, a team that I think should be the favorites in this series.
Yeah, definitely the favorites coming in here. Although, you know, Shadows of the Past with a much different lineup, you could say that's good or bad. Depends how you look at it, I suppose. But Korok now almost has the Blink Dagger. Going to be near that very soon, and that's going to be a good setup spell for them. Just contain everyone for a good epicenter as well as an ET Earth Splitter. So a lot of upside there for that Blink Dagger when it is done, and Korok going to be looking to finish that one up very soon.
My real question is, like, what is his Spirit Breaker going to accomplish here in the next, like, 5 to 10 minutes? Like, it feels like he's just starting to wane, although he does pick up Treads. Like, he needs another item besides Treads Urn. Like, that's my biggest issue with the lineup of Shadows of the Past right now,
I mean, he should have a pretty good time of just being the one that annoys Korok out of the fight, because Korok just doesn't have a lot of HP to work with. So
that's true.
If he gets hit by a charge and hit by another strike, you know, one bash could easily do him in. So Korok is going to have to be a little bit careful with the way he deals with it. Of course, does have a good skill set to deal with that engagement. So he's going to go on Korok now.
Speaking of Korok, he's actually getting maybe caught out of position here. He's going to use his Illusion Orb a bit early. He does see Trough coming, he just blink away. He's going to face shift first, then blink, so smartly done. Mystic Flare, MJW now getting slipped up as well. There's going to be the Astral coming in. Stampede, they want to get this kill on Fog. He's going to force himself away. It's actually a force coming out from the Elder Titan. Nicely done there. Meanwhile, Korok, Dream Coil on Infinity. But now Korok is getting caught out. He's got phase. He's going to blink immediately. He can phase now and jaunt. Looks like he will do just that. He's going to jaunt away. They're still chasing him down, though. There's the Nether Strike. It does hit. Korok's in trouble. Overgrowth. Screw of Pain. He does get the waiting Rift off. Phase Shift's going to go through as well. Burrow Strike now coming in from Way 2. He blinks away. They get the kill on Infinity. Now Way 2 getting low. Nice turnaround. That's certainly worth it for Korok, who was almost certainly dead there. He survives in the end. The Astral coming through. They're still trying to chase this down. No, they back away. Korok actually has to go home now. He's at 50 HP, but he was even lower beforehand. So well played from Korok to survive yet again.
Yeah, and they do a good job there. They are able to kill Infinity. Way 2 dies for it, but not that bad. Not that big of a deal. Definitely worth the trade. Able to kill the mid on the other side. So Venomancer, meanwhile, still just farming up. Looks like this might be... hard to say what this item is. Could just be an Aghanims.
Yeah, I think usually you'll see
Very squishy supports. Hawk's really squishy. So maybe Aghas is a good choice here.
You don't usually see a Venom go BKB first, although that goes through a game-by-game basis. Maybe in this game you could pick up a BKB just because of how much work it would do, and I wouldn't be very surprised. So either the Aghs or the BKB I'm fine with. I think it works either way.
I guess it could be an SNY, but I'm not a huge fan of that.
I mean, it's really just about dropping your ultimate and getting the hell out of there. And
I mean, I think the Aghs is good here, right? If you catch Korok with it, it's a huge pain.
Yeah.
It deals with the Blink Dagger. If you
makes
catch
you tankier.
Way 2 with it, it's bad. You catch Fog with it, he has no HP at all, so it's a big deal for him as well.
They'll literally just die to the poison. Meanwhile, Trough charging Snaking decides not to go for it. Meanwhile, Courier doesn't have anything for Snaking, so still not at his first Battle Fury, although he's pretty decently timed in terms of his farm. Highest CS in the game at 117. Net worth-wise, he's only behind the Venomancer. Bottom lane, Tier 1 tower. This is the tough thing now for Navi US. They really can't push into any of these towers because of the Treant Protector. It's making it very difficult. And that Urn actually does stop the Blink Dagger.
Urn is actually just the best.
You've got to be kidding. This is a question you asked, I think, in the patch True Sight episode.
They have to. I don't understand. I mean, maybe they really want to nerf Blink Dagger, and this is one way to do it. Because
Blink, Waning Rift, Burrow Strike. Wow, that is a dead Treant Protector. Big Blink Stomp, though. Double Edge. There's the Sonic Wave as well. This is really bad for Navi US. They're going to try to get out, but there's the Epicenter. Mystic Flare coming through. Double kill for Infinity. Meanwhile, there's a double kill for Waitu as well. A 3-for-3 trade. It's a goddamn bloodbath. Ness is going to try to force a TP out. Looks like he will make it away. Show us the team fight recap. Hold that thought. Snaking. Ooh. All right, he's good. He's a central here.
Orchid is going to be finished up there for the Queen of Pain, though, and that's a big item to help deal with Korok, to help deal with the Skywrath Mage, as well as even the Ember. So, taking a quick look at that team fight recap,
I got it up.
One hell of a graph, man.
Yeah, it's a bit big. Also, it's a little bit all over the screen here. Gold change does go in favor of Navi US, as well as the experience change, so they get the benefit of it, but only by a little bit there. So, very close fight. Snake King getting Orchided. Meanwhile, there's going to be the Scream of Pain, but he should be fine. He's okay. There's no follow-up there, so. And with Sonic Wave, they could probably get that kill, but Waning Rift going in. There's going to be the series change. Dream Coil as well. They jump in with the Remnant. Now coming through. Blink Stomp by the 2. Snake King gets blown up. Korok as well. They're going to burrow in with Waitu, but he's getting charged now by Trelf. There's the Orchid coming in as well. What else can they get done in this fight? Ancient Seal. There's going to be the Arcane Bolt on top of it all. Astral Stomp just on Trelf as he walks up to the high ground. No, sir. You're not coming in. Big burrow onto 2. Mystic Flare blowing up some heroes. There's the Poison Overboard. What is it going to get done? 3-for-2 trade, maybe. No, Nestle's gonna fall as well. 4-for-2, maybe an entire team fight. Navi US getting run over. Fogs gets the double kill, but not before Infinity gets one as well. They blow up that Dire team, and a huge fight going the way of Shadows of the Past.
Yeah, Shadows of the Past just took advantage of the fact that Korok and Snake King kind of just walked up the hill and died. Like, I don't really know what they thought they were gonna get done there. I think Snake King might have missed the remnants or something, because it really seemed like they should have killed the hero in mid, and we're not able to get that done, and then they're both dead for the incoming fight, and Navi just gets railed as it's 5v3.
These double stomps are really, really hurting Navi US now. MJW has had some really good blink initiations, and I think that's what's causing Navi US to be in such a hole. At this point, they're only down about 3,000 gold, so or net worth, I should say. Actually, it's about 5,000 now.
It's gone up. That fight was really bad for them.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's what happens, I guess, when you fight like 5v3 or whatever. But
yeah. They just kept on kind of streaming in and getting picked off there, so. And they're not looking to stop anytime soon here. Venomates are sitting mid. He's clearing up currently. He uses Arcanes as well. Nayrok is nature guising through the jungle. He's going to throw up some wards as well. And they actually see Staking. They have an understanding of where this hero is. And they have great vision now coming out from Tralf and the rest of the squad.
The thing about Navi US is they're relying on the Ember as well as the Sand King to deal more, more than single target damage. Because Korok, pretty much single target damage. Elder Titan, he has the ultimate. For the most part, he's just going to be hitting people with his stapler. That's single target damage. And of course, Skywrath Mage is pretty much single target damage as well. So they're able to get a couple good pickoffs on the back of that really nice stomp, actually, from the Elder Titan in the mid-fight. But without the Ember Spirit there, without the Epicenter going off, they're not able to clean up the rest of the heroes and just get killed.
So poor maybe initiation coming out from Navi US, and they get caught with their pants down, and they're in a position now where you mentioned it, they really have to rely on Snaking, and his first Battle Fury is actually just finished up, where it maybe should have been finished up 2 or 3 minutes ago. Again, though, they have the cores potentially. I mean, you talk about who goes late game, and this is a patch where, well, hold that thought, bottom lane, as you see the Epicenter, Tralf gets blown up, the Illusion Orb coming through, not going to go, Infinity now jumping out Korok, he's silenced up, and he will fall. And that 1-for-1 trade is definitely not in favor of Navi US, I have to imagine.
I think Korok now is just, he just has to get a BKB, I think. Or a Yules is a good option as well. So he just needs something to deal with this Orchid, because right now he can't deal with it. Mid lane Hylua, though, is stomped. He's going to get Earth Splittered as well. Now he's going to try to get stapled down, but that living armor is so annoying. Forces away from MJW.
This Treant pick has been absolutely fantastic for Shadows of the Past, whether through Overgrowth or Living Armor.
All their tier 1s,
yeah, exactly.
Overgrowth has been really good against Korok.
They've really shut down these enemies' heroes, and Nayrok is going to try to TP away. They throw up the Sentry, they cannot get him. The Burrow Strike was not there, and obviously the Stomp coming through from Nestle, no way they get that done. So,
jeez, that is a weird ward spot.
Yeah, actually, I've noticed this thing. It's really strange, but it gives you some vision, I guess. It gets you the Ancient stack, and it's really good for the Radiant team, I think, more than anything else.
Yeah, well, they do deward that one, so. Moving forward, I mean, I think, not considering the sort of crazy things that can happen with you know, the late game and with the way this patch works, you have to put the onus on Shadows of the Past to make something happen and get into the base. Because if not, you know, the Ember Spirit is just going to get out of control, and oh dear, Infinity, he's just solo killing people now. With this Orchid, I mean, it's pretty brutal. He has gone for the BKB, so.
Yeah, this is, I think, a standard item progression coming out from
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty normal. Sometimes, if you don't think you really need it, or if you're really snowballing, you delay it one more. But Korok top lane dead. They just have so many stuns to deal with him. You can't dodge them all.
They're just secret agents. They're all over the map. They're just finding initiations. They're finding kills because of it. And there's really nothing Navius can do. You can try to be a little bit aggressive and find farm in these lanes, but you're going to get punished for it. Now that leads this tier 2 tower in the mid lane to be open for pushing presence. Snaking does have his Battle Fury, and we saw the stat come out, so not that late in terms of actually getting the item, but still. And the good thing is in this situation that this is not 6.81. So even if you take all these outer towers going, you know, down, and you take all the tier 3s and you know, the racks, you're still in an okay position where Navi US, one good fight gets them probably right back in the game, or at least very close to being back in the game. So
yeah, 100%. And well, they're positioning themselves to be able to deal with, you know, any base pushes with the Elder Titan going for BKB, Korok with the Yules to sort of live through these fights. But again, like we've been talking about, Snake King is the difference maker. But mid lane, they are going in. There's an Earth Splitter. They use 2 ultis to only kill the Venomancer.
Yeah.
Well, that's not worth it.
I'm not sure that's the best usage of those abilities. I guess the Venomancer is annoying, but
just solo heroes, and when that happens, when these big team fights come, if Epi's not up, they can't use it, and it costs them the team fight sometimes. I mean, that fight middle, it definitely did.
To be fair, that's a lot of net worth that I guess the Venomancer has, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but I actually want to see how much they got for that. All right, well, they got 1,400 gold for that kill alone, so that's nice. On their entire team, I should say. Not for one hero, but 1,400 gold for their entire team, so not bad. I guess it's worth it in that situation to get that kill, but that's really the difference. Is like, we kind of question a solo kill, but just the way the game works now, it's just kind of like, well, I guess maybe it is worth it if you're getting those kills. Although it really depends on if you lose towers or fights afterwards. But they don't seem to be in a position to be losing towers or fights right now. As the tier 1 tower is getting all the way pushed back here. He's just running it away from Snaking. Although bottom lane,
there's a lot of CPs coming in. I don't think Trout's gonna make it out of this one. He has BKB now, though. Do they have anything really to deal with this?
No, they can't. But they do waste the BKB charge, so that's at least nice. But look at all the BKBs now coming up from Shadows of the Past. They have 2 done. Actually, 3 with Infinity, and they might build another one. Venomancer has that Ogre Club, so I imagine there's going to be 4 BKBs here, and that's a lot of magic damage from Navi US that's negated, or just outright, you know, not even dealt. So it's a problem.
Yeah, and I mean, this puck pick, I think people are probably underestimating, you know, how good Urn is now, because Korok is having a lot bigger issues sort of escaping because of this Urn. Also, just the stuns, the Spirit Breaker. The Spirit Breaker combo with Centaur is pretty brutal, because if he doesn't get off a projectile first, or, you know, like an orb or blinks on cooldown or something, and both of them go on him, there's just nothing you can do. He just dies. So Quap as well makes that pretty hard to deal with.
I think this Urn change makes it almost, you have to build it every game now, honestly, with just how good it is against Blink heroes, considering how many Blink heroes are in the current meta and the way Blink Dagger works. I just feel like even if you don't get the Urn off, and it's still a really good item anyways, so I mean, maybe you don't build it every game, but it's still a very solid item here.
MJW isn't hiding in bot lane.
They actually smoked as well, and Way 2 I think maybe got spotted there, so I'm not sure. Well, we'll have to wait and see, as there's TP rotations coming through. They're going to leave top open. Now they're going to try to initiate. BKB now. Stampede, Snaking getting blown up, and Orchided. He's going to fall. They will hit the Earth Splitter on Infinity, not doing much there, though. And the counter initiation, or well, rather just the jump coming in from Shadows of the Past, gets them an easy kill on Snaking. You're probably most valuable hero for Navi US. And so suddenly they're losing map control. They're losing these engagements little by little. And Shadows of the Past are just kind of whittling away at Navi US here.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, and they were not ready for the BKBs in the last fight. Maybe a couple extra charges used that they didn't have to use, but they were not ready for MJW to have that BKB. Nothing they could do about that when he just blinked forward there. So Shadows of the Past know they're pretty much in the clear to just continue pushing on in here, tier 2s, knock down those towers, and maybe secure themselves a Roshan before they try to go to high ground. Yeah,
absolutely. Roshan's going to be, I think, the key access point for Shadows of the Past if they can get these tier 2 towers done, which they're getting low, so I imagine this will be the first one. I did not see that Way 2 miffed the epicenter. That's a bit unfortunate. Muffed, rather.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, he's had like one, I think, good team fight epi, but Way2's actually had a pretty rough game, to be honest. He's been involved in a lot of kills, but hasn't gotten those big epis, those game-changing epis. They haven't really been able to link up too much with, you know, team fight dream coils. Most of the dream coils have been on 1 or 2 heroes, so we'll see if Navi US can make it into the later parts of the game here. Again, you have to favor them going into the late game, and Chrysalis is done now for Ember Spirit, so he's going to start chopping through some heroes.
Yeah, what do you think about him and his survivability right now as he gets charged? Someone's getting charged.
It's definitely an issue. But,
well,
oh, wow, that was...
Aaron coming in. Blink just there. However, Way2's going to try to TP out. Poison Nova's going to go. Nether Strike! No way! I can't believe that TP time from Way2. Not able to get him out alive. And Trout pops the ultimate just to get the kill.
Now he's on a tear again to the bottom lane. This new cooldown is impressive.
Well, that's not obvious. I mean, like...
Tower.
That was a bit too much. Meanwhile, DD, Orchid on snaking over. He's taking a bit of damage. He was dishing it out as well. He is going to fall. Yeah, that is... He just dies too quickly. I mean, you have plenty of damage, yes, even with the DD, but that's just too much to deal with coming out from Shadows of the Past.
And he just needs a BKB. He has no way to deal with this at all. Without a remnant in the back there, it gets pretty rough for him. So Shadows, or Navi US lose a lot in that 2-man death there.
I can see this game going pretty well.
This game's getting really hard for them now. I mean, with these new changes in 6.82, definitely a possibility here. You know, if Ember gets like a double or a triple kill or something, then a huge possibility for him to just get an enormous item and then maybe turn this game back around. But 12k disadvantage for Navi US, and Shadows of the Past are sitting pretty with a very unconventional draft that I did not believe in, I have to say, heading into this one.
Trout is going in right now. Dreamcoil is going to go through. He's going to BKB out of it, trying to Nether Strike, but he can't get anything done there, as, of course, just a blink away from Korok. Snaking's up in a second now, and they will get them out of Roshan for the moment, but whether they recommit to this is another question. It's very difficult.
BKB there is a big deal, I think, with Roshan up.
I don't think they can go back in, because you have to deal with Way2's Epicenter. I know Dreamcoil, though, but...
That new pit is so small, I think you could just hit every one of the coils.
Snaking is getting charged. He has to remnant, and he's going to remnant it out. Nicely done there, but he has to remnant it all the way back home, so... any little thing, it seems like, is just going to scare Snaking, so...
And these wards, if you guys haven't played this new patch yet, do not give vision into the pit,
middle tower is under attack.
They're not that good. But
that would be absolutely really amazing.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
That'd be even more dire advantage coming out, because they could just get that ward into the Roche pit and just be fine. That's actually just absurd. No, but they have to understand. I mean, they can see them walking in and out of the pit here, so...
Yeah, with this BKBs coming up on the Radiant side, Puck is going to be going for the new Aghanim, so we'll see how good that one actually is. It seems pretty good against Spirit Breaker with the way he tries to just walk around and punch people, so... Moving forward, they have been shoved out of the Roche pit. Roshan is starting to regain back that life, sitting at about half HP right now, but
Radiant's top tower
Navi US are just looking to prolong this game.
Just get
take it as late
farm
as possible and hope they can get some kills for Ember.
Yeah, I mean, they really are just going to put all of their eggs in the snaking basket at this point in time. I don't know. And kind of just hope that the BKBs get whittled down for Shadows of the Past, because when you hit 5 seconds, that's it. You can't buy another BKB. I mean, you can, but I don't know if that's a good idea, considering Avatar, the way it's working.
Would not be advised. Would not recommend.
And that's actually going to be that Slight the Vice coming out for Queen of Pain. Infinity now having that huge item.
Infinity has been playing really well this game. 10-2. This is the kind of game you need for Queen of Pain to be effective. And at 35 minutes with an Orchid, a BKB, and a Hex, that's pretty much all you can ask for. He is quite the impactor here. And, you know, the Sheep's going to be extremely good against Ember, obviously. The Orchid is good against the Korok and even, you know, Sand King or Skywrath. So a lot of options there. You're going to want to use that Orchid to burst down one of these heroes with low HP, like the Puck, like the Skywrath Mage, and then use the Hex on the one that you're going to have to concentrate down later, which is most likely Snaking. But Snaking, you know, he actually doesn't have a lot of HP himself, so him getting Orchided could be a bit of trouble for him as well. So
they've been Orchiding him every fight.
Very careful. Yeah, every fight he gets Orchided, and he just kind of, you know, at that point he just stands there. You know, his goal is to just sit in the back and hit W, and obviously.
Yeah. Korok now going to get hexed up as well. He's going to get... There's a BKB Sonic Wave as well. Korok's going to Yules himself, but I don't think he's making it out. He does phase shift. Can he blink away? Stampede going as well. Korok not going to get out. It's a good try, but he was way too far in there. And I don't know.
We're on the Roche pit, though. Fight breaking out here. There's the overgrowth. Nayrok is going to fall here. BKB for Nestle. And is that, I feel like Nayrok has not died a lot. Actually, 5 deaths for him, but he has been playing a nice game.
He really has been. Snaking
good,
remnants
like
up.
You mentioned, good overgrowths. Really, really good living armors as well. So.
Yeah, they've been on point, and worth noting is that Fogged actually just died, essentially, from the Aghanim Scepter and some poison sting damage as well. Meanwhile, top lane, Snaking getting caught out, but he doesn't get orchided. He's able to just TP away, it looks like. Ooh, the charge. And now Trough is stuck. Oh, no. I guess he could just charge out in 10 seconds anyways. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but still. What do I do? Team, help. Somebody.
Help.
Help. No, he's fine. And I think we have to be honest here. If this is 6.81B, we probably call this game over.
I call this game over.
Yeah, I think it's... Come on, dude.
Oh, Jesus.
Snaking, come on, man.
Come on, Snaking.
Just, it's... listen.
Relax.
You guys got off to a rough start.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's fine. No. They'll take the tier 2
Dire's
tower top.
tower
Thus leading all of the outer towers now dead for Navi US, and Snaking making some snaking comments while it's all happening. He's trying to split, but she can't even get a tier 1 tower because of the living armor coming out from the Treant Protector. So, I mean, this tower has been at about 75 HP the entire game. Snaking's getting charged, actually. He's going to get hexed up as well. They're looking to get this kill here. Meanwhile, top lane, there's some fighting happening. Snaking, we'll have to see. Stomp going to go on a Cork potentially, and Snaking will fall. Meanwhile, MJW just looking for a stomp, and Snaking actually calls GG. I'm not sure. Yeah, they say it's fake. All right, well. Snaking is clear. This is maybe just the maddest I've seen Snaking in a while. I mean, Snaking's known for his tilting, but this is actually, he's pretty mad.
This game's getting ugly. Oh boy.
Yeah,
shots are just going out in this game. This is turning into some good old-fashioned NA Dota.
This is NEL, man. I don't know what happened, but we've like entered the Twilight Zone or something, and
oh boy.
I don't even think
a rough game
NEL.
for Snaking. Rough. I gotta say, this is one of the roughest games I've seen for Navi US in a while. It feels like they just can't get anything done.
The first game yesterday, where they played Not Today, was kind of rough, but I feel like this is completely different from what we saw in Game 2 and 3. And I guess you could argue that MJW and Infinity were playing for Navi US yesterday in their 2-1 win over Not Today. So they have an understanding of what maybe Navi US likes to draft. And you can't really count out Ralph's drafts as well. I mean, this guy is... I mean...
It's a crazy draft, you know? It's not what we were used to seeing, but maybe that's just what this patch needs to kick everyone out of their sour phase. And I mean, it's working. I think it's working a little bit more off execution and player skill than, you know, the draft. But you know, you can't argue with the results it's been getting. 8-2 for Trout, Jesus.
That is actually
2-10. That's extremely impressive.
That's absurd. This is a 4-position, I'd say 4-position Spirit Breaker who's been doing some serious work in this game. He has a pipe now, and I really question how he would transition into the later stage of the game, and he's done it pretty gracefully. So
I mean, it's pretty easy to transition to the late game when you've been involved in 18 kills and only died twice. So yeah. He's going down to bottom lane though. They're gonna need some TPs to help him out.
He cancels his charge. Snaking has to TP up top. He really does not want to be involved in a fight yet, which is understandable. TP now coming in. There's the glyph as well. This is actually just, they can't take this tower. It's maybe the saddest thing in the world. Nestle's trying to TP out. They actually, Vanimancer forced or blinked into the trees, and he can't get out currently, so play the Benny Hill music, I suppose, but...
Yeah, this is, oh boy.
I mean... Who's not a fan of Frankie? Let's be honest.
But I mean, this gold is just getting absolutely out of hand now. It's almost up to 20K.
Snaking's dead, I think. Yeah, he's actually just gonna die. Yep.
Oh, Tralf.
All right. Well, I don't know if that was necessary. Kill secured, says Tralf as he just jumps in and gets the kill on Snaking. So yeah, that's about it. And I don't know at what point you push in if your Shadows the patch, but we've been sitting here for about 15 minutes.
It feels, I mean, welcome to 6.82.
This was the major concern for the patch, and
welcome to 6.82
seems to be happening.
If they push up and Snaking gets a triple kill, they probably just lose. So,
yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, at what point are you safe enough? You say, listen, we've got everything we can possibly get.
I don't know, 25,000 gold.
They're not there yet. They got 10,000 to go. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a bit of a climb still. The Aghanim's is now done for Korok, but what does that really give you in this situation? I mean, it's pretty good. damage
It's all right.
recoil.
I mean, I think it's good against the Spirit Breaker. It limits his mobility in the fights. It limits Centaur Warrunner. Quap can't blink around with it because she'll snap the thing and get stunned for quite a while. So it seems pretty good, but I don't know. It might just be too late, you know.
I think at this point right now, it feels like unless they get that miraculous fight you were talking with Snake and getting a triple kill, I don't see them getting back into this one. I think if you get maybe one good fight for Navi US here, and it doesn't matter whoever gets the kills, I think that probably gets them back in the game, maybe two. But this has just been such patient play from Shadows of the Past, and we see this like high octane early, but
upset, right? If they win, it's a huge upset for them, and
well, it's a best of 3 series
they'd like
though.
to move forward here. Yeah, it is a best of 3, but winning game number 1 is
it's a big
certainly
step.
The first step.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Trailstraff has been right now impeccable. Their play has been really, really fantastic. This is actually the perfect game for Shadows of the Past because they'll have all of their tier 1 towers up. They'll be able to take the base of Navi US without even really breaking that much of a sweat, although they've taken a while to do so. MJW is looking for a blink stomp. They're all in that same spot, or at least they were for a second. And he can't really jump in yet. He still has that Invis rune, and now maybe you split push here for Shadows of the Past. You try to get some Venomancer Plague Wards up to the high ground here, and he is making a little bit of an army at the low ground. We'll see what they can do in the top lane, however, as they rotate over. Blink Korok just going to lose your orb real quick and clear the creep wave and jaunt away. MJW was looking to chase, but decided against it. And now...
Coming into this game, I just wanted to point out, only a 19% on Dota 2 Lounge for Shadows of the Past, so...
Maybe your rares.
Everyone betting on Navi US, so yeah, hide your rares. And didn't they do this last week too? Who did they beat last time?
I'm not sure. Either way, they're gonna go in. Concussive shot is gonna be the Steering Chains, Sleight of Fist as well. There's the Stomp coming in. The Aegis is currently, I believe, on Infinity. He's not even up on the high ground right now, but the Living Armor keeping everybody fighting fit. This tier 3 tower getting insulted. Blanket, there's going to be the poison over from the Venomancer. They're already doing so much damage. This is going to have to push everybody back. Tralf is diving here. They're just trying to create space for this tier 3 tower and the racks. Now coming and snaking. Sleight of Fist, he's hexed up. He can't afford it yet, and he will go down. Buyback, he doesn't even have it. GG finally called. A war of attrition that comes out. And Shadows of the Past, surprisingly upsetting Navi US in this first game, although not ending just yet. Double Edge comes through. Well, there's apparently an update, but game number 1 for the underdog. Shadows of the Past, they're up 1-0. Beautiful.
All right, well, game number 1 in the books here. Shadows of the Past taking that one fairly convincingly off a very interesting draft from Tralf, but it does work out in the end, so blogs be damned. Good performance from them.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from Shadows of the Past. Pretty good lineup as well. Navi US a little bit frustrated. We'll have to see how they play and as we get into this second game. So we'll jump back into the game in just a second, guys. Make sure you follow us here on twitch.tv/Dota2 Canada Cup. Again, our name, well, we're highground.tv. You can check us out there. You can also check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MontDota. My name is Mont. You can see it right here on the stats. With me is whatiship.tv or whatishiptv. You can follow my Twitter there. And, of course, LDJ for our stats man as well. We'll take a quick break. We'll jump